Myron never thought that Tariq Nasheed would do this. We on the road to 100K OK. If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself. Cause that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Shouts out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Let's see what it's hitting for.
In July 2021, Tariq Nasheed started crowdfunding on Indiegogo. The reason for that was to purchase the Hidden History Museum. And then in August of that month, this video came out.
Greetings, family. This is Tariq Nasheed. I am your community servant.
Nasheed.
Right now, I am in South Los Angeles on the world-famous Crenshaw Boulevard. And with your help, we want to build the first ever Hidden History Museum right here in the Leimert Park area of Los Angeles, which is the cultural epicenter of Black Los Angeles. Right here on Crenshaw Boulevard, right here, there's an...
Myron never thought that Tariq. So, I'm just curious. Did this ever follow through though? Because building a museum is kind of like a non-profit, bro. Them can be really hard to maintain, bro.
empty lot for sale, and it's in the perfect location for our Hidden History Museum. We want to acquire this lot so that we can build your community
And it's
museum.
already demolished.
There's museums that touch on Black history, but they don't get too deep into it. This will be the first
facts.
grassroots owned and controlled Black history museum in the world.
I went to that Black History Museum in DC. It was alright.
The campaign ended on August 19th, 2021, and it raised over $1 million. You can see the proof right here. And of course,
that's enough just to buy the lot, nigga. He said it's LA. Hidden History Museum helped build country first. $1 million USD. 11,000 backers. That's a pretty good ratio for 11. What's the ratio on that? That's what, 10,000 a piece for about roughly 9,000, 10,000 backers. So 10,000, 11,000 people donated. That's pretty This
was something
pretty good investments.
Never been done in grassroots Black America. And for Tariq Nasheed to get over 10,000 backers on a Black American campaign
and $1 million
was unheard of.
Yeah, that's there.
But there was a problem.
What's the problem, huh?
Tariq Nasheed did not get the property in Leimert Park. Something happened.
Right?
And he got the property someplace else.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, once he got the property someplace else, it was smaller. People complained about it, and people started.
See, that's what happens, man. That's what happens, cause now it's like you didn't go through with the property, and then now you got it. Yeah.
For his reputation.
Where the money go? That's what everybody gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? Where the money go?
People complained about it, and people started coming for his reputation.
Now, so the Hidden History Museum is not, no way, shape, or form, is it a museum? Many people say, well, no, it is a museum because X, Y, Z. No, the building is owned by Melanoid Nation. We already know that. And it was sold to them by Jefferson Studios. We already know that.
Not only did we see this form of criticism, Dr. Umar himself got in on the act.
Don't tell me about that
right?
young man. I don't want to hear about him. I understand he's starting to hate again. He likes to do this at the end of the calendar year. He liked to spark a beef so I can help drive some traffic to his pages and to his efforts and to his business scams. I'm not going to go back and forth with that brother. I've graduated past that. Y'all been texting me all night. Here go another cartoon he made about you. I'm not getting into that. Let that brother do what he's doing and let me do what I'm doing. And when my institution is done and his so-called institution is done, y'all can compare the institutions and compare the amount of money raised, and y'all can make an informed, intelligent decision for yourself whether or not this institution or that so-called institution was built for the people, or was it just a hustle to make one man rich. We ain't got to argue this.
Boy, yo, sit your stupid ass down.
I mean, if the money, bro, like I said, that's just enough to buy that lot, bro. Damn near. That ain't enough. You gonna need way more than $1 million, bro. That's why I said it's like a non-profit. You're building a museum, bro. There's a reason why the government's own the museums, bro. or the state, whoever owns them, nigga. It ain't regular people. It's not investors. Because it's not an investment. It's tough, bro.
Man rich. We ain't got to argue this.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
To Tariq Nasheed's credit, he put down $854,000
Of his own
on
money.
the Hidden History Museum.
Is it?
It wasn't the location that he wanted, but he made it into what it is today. And of
Or he put the 800,000 of the 1 million.
course, people can criticize Tariq Nasheed all he wants, but Tariq Nasheed does deliver. All right, things happen, but he does deliver. Dr. Umar Johnson and others.
I mean, if this is what it raised, then this is what it raised. Then he had to do another. He had to do another route. I could see that for sure. You know, I feel like, what could Tariq Nasheed and Dr. Umar do together? One wants a museum, one wants a school. What can y'all do together though? That's what y'all need to be talking about, honestly. But I understand.
deliver. All right.
You know, one may be fraud and one may not be, and y'all both might be fraud.
Things
you know?
happen, but he does deliver. Dr. Umar
no.
Johnson and others do not. And that leads us to
Is
the
that right?
situation. That's hard.
I mean, if he got the museum open, it's just smaller than what it was, you know. Then, and he took all the money, and you know that's what he done. Then, hey,
Tariq Nasheed recently had a gathering at the Hidden History Museum. So the Hidden History Museum does not just function as a museum. To keep money coming in, they also use it as an event space. So comedy shows, gatherings, things like that. So the community will basically support the Hidden History Museum to keep money coming in to make it profitable.
Right.
And so Tariq Nasheed, as you see here, you're seeing him basically, you know, show the event, show people eating, having a good time. And when that happened, guess who criticized it?
Let me show y'all what Musty Myron had to say.
Musty Myron.
He said, "Laugh
when was this? October 5th, 2025. Okay.
my ass off. These primates built a We Was Kings museum. Some jokes write themselves."
Then you have
Bro, honestly, Myron is literally, his whole audience is white, bro. I'm not gonna say his whole audience, you know, but the ones that are black, they think just like him. You know what I'm saying? And they think what he does is funny. I got a clip on Instagram going viral right now of Fresh and Fit, bro. And it's white folks in there saying racist stuff, and there's black folks in there saying racist stuff as well. Saying, oh well, get over it, stop being a victim. You know what I'm saying? Go watch the clip. It was the video I made. It said it was the end of Fresh and Fit has finally come. I dropped it like a couple days ago. He's not even American, bro. He's a first generation American, bro. His parents are immigrants. He's not black American at all. You know what I'm saying? So we need to stop listening to what he's saying and just ignore this nigga here. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. Because we already hating on each other enough. We don't need nobody like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? When we actually doing something. You know? Shit, I salute Tariq Nasheed for doing this. I ain't even know he done that. That's what's up.
He said, "Laugh my ass off.
And if you really want your museum, because once somebody go to a museum, they ain't never going back, bro. Chances is they might go here and there. They're never coming back. You need a reason to keep bringing people back in. So for one, it can be profitable. Now, what I said earlier about, you know, it's owned by governments, I'm sure there might be some for-profit museums. There might be people that own museums and they profit from them. I'm sure that happens as well. The government probably profits from their museums. But you got to think of the type of business strategy a museum is, the type of real estate a museum is, bro. I understand it.
He said, "Laugh my ass off. These primates built a We Was Kings museum. Some jokes write themselves."
Nigga, you're the joke.
Then you have Myron.
You ain't got no
Basic-
motion out here like this. All you doing is going to college campuses, nigga. You ain't got no real estate where you got what? You ain't doing that. That's different.
Saying what he's talking about in the
ain't
We
doing
Was
that.
Kings Museum, and Tariq Nasheed read a few of the comments there. But then Tariq Nasheed would eventually fire back.
They have a problem with family. Foundation of Black American self-sufficiency. See, that shatters the control fantasy. So a lot of white supremacists and the tethers, they they feel powerful when they think black progress is dependent on them. When foundational black Americans like us, when we sit here and we fund and organize and celebrate our own culture without begging for inclusion, that dismantles the whole illusion that white or tethered gatekeepers are necessary for black advancement. You understand? When we're sitting around as foundational black Americans just enjoying the hell out of ourselves, we're having a good time, eating good, loving, laughing, everything is fly, we look good, we ain't begging nobody, we're having a great time. Boy, they go on alert.
Mm-hmm.
They go on alert. See, foundational black American unity, that exposes their cultural fragility.
Yeah, bothers
See,
them.
foundational black Americans, we're gathering joyfully in our own space.
Right.
That highlights how shallow and performative diversity culture really is. See, a lot of these people, they hate foundation.
See, the thing about Myron Gaines, bro, he has an audience, and that's gonna fuel his ego. You know what I'm saying? If his audience was as small as mine, his ego wouldn't be that big. Telling you now, boy.
Foundational black American unity.
Telling you now.
Because it radiates genuine culture and spirit.
Nigga wouldn't move
Something
how he
that
moved.
a lot of them try to imitate, but they can't really produce. They fear that image of black prosperity without white oversight.
Now, this is a very valiant point. Now, we could all say that the Hidden History Museum is not this or it's not that. I'm going to tell you what the Hidden History represents. It's something that black people own and control, and you're not gatekept by anybody else. This is the difference between, let's say, blacks on the left. Blacks on the left, you know, if there's an African-American Smithsonian Museum, it's not owned by blacks, it's owned by whites. Most blacks on the left are talking heads.
Man, I need to figure out who owned the Black Wall Street Museum, bro. In Tulsa, I swear, I'm about to find out. I can find it out too. It ain't hard, nigga. You find out who owned anything, nigga. You can find out the trust, whoever, nigga. Whatever, who
or
owned
democratic policies, inclusion, LGBTQ, all of those things. They don't own anything. You'll see them on MSNBC. You'll see them on CNN. You'll see them in all these places. But you want to know what? They don't own anything. And this is important. So when you don't own anything, you are loyal to gatekeepers. Now, can you get a lot of money being loyal to gatekeepers? Sure. But you also have to do what the gatekeepers say. This is the same issue with Black Lives Matter. You want to take non-black money, and then what you want to do is then cry about black issues. But the people who are paying you are the folks who control your whole ideology. This is not the case when you see things like, for what I can understand, the Nation of Islam, when you see Dr. Boyce Watkins, I believe the All Black National Convention, or when you see the Hidden History Museum. These are black-owned entities, okay? And they control their own narrative. And the people who they have to be loyal to are the people who support them, which is us. And what it shows is that it can be done. I'm not gonna lie, the Hidden History Museum, gonna flat out tell you, didn't think he'd pull it off, right? I thought he'd get some support. I even contributed to the campaign. I made a video supporting him in the campaign, but he pulled it off. And it showed me that, wow, we are a lot.
So this was the original lot. In the new lot, the actual lot is smaller than this. Yeah, you ain't getting much in LA, bro. You ain't getting much. And that, you know, I don't know where he's from or whatnot. You know, salute to him. I'm just saying. You know, somewhere down south probably would have been a much bigger bang for your buck, bro. And you probably would have had a better black crowd through there too. You know, like more of a crowd. You know, y'all know what I'm saying. Man.
Stronger than what we think. We really don't need anybody. I already kind of understood that, but I just never saw it. Not saw it to the point of a person that is a content creator or a person that is an influencer raises some amount of money and so many people get behind it. He was showing something that most black people doubted, which is that we can support something. But here's something else.
We have black events that's elegant, that's organized, joyful. That contradicts the whole narrative and propaganda that portrays black gatherings as chaotic or criminal. See that they love to cherry
Bro,
pick
ain't
all the stuff that these.
bro. Ain't nothing, bro. Black gatherings are peaceful. You know what I'm saying? We might have some friendly, some inner circle shit going on, you know. But outside of that, ain't nothing going on, man. You ain't never been to a function. You ain't never kicked it. You know what I'm saying? It's that
Heathers
simple.
and white supremacists like to
Ain't never
cherry
been to
pick
no
is something
cookout.
degenerate. When we show that a crowd of black folks we can get together and be classy and elegant and fly and laugh and just enjoy ourselves without being corny and goofy, without anything being chaotic or criminal, and it's just a successful, peaceful event, black only, pretty much, and everybody's invited. You know, we invite everybody. We don't take nobody.
He talking about that his shit. I'm talking about regular real life.
Tell nobody they can't come, but to show that black excellence, that's a counter narrative that threatens white supremacy's psychological control.
See, Tariq Nasheed mentions this. He says, listen, we're having a good event and there's no violence. People are having a good time. And this goes against the narrative of what happens in Black America because we're all supposed to be violent. But they're not going to show you this part. Now, on one end, you know, you don't own your own stuff. On one end, people like Myron, Brandon Tatum, pick yourselves up by your bootstraps, right? Then when you're picking yourself up by your bootstraps, then you're going to hear somebody talking about, look at all of these primates at the We Was Kings Museum. But do you want to know one thing?
What's that?
None of these guys on the right or on the far right own anything. As institutions,
Yeah, they
the
don't own
black
nothing.
church owns what they own. You can complain about them.
Yeah.
You can say that they're pushing this.
Yeah.
But the black churches have largely been independent. And they force gatekeepers to come to the black church and at least try to negotiate. This is the same thing that Tariq Nasheed is doing. Tariq Nasheed and other people, other black organizations are saying that we don't need your support. We'll do it ourselves. And do you want to know what will happen? It forces gatekeepers to come to your way. Look at Ebony Magazine, all right? Ebony Magazine was started by John H. Johnson. And this magazine was only for blacks. But what it did was it showed that the black readership could happen. And it forced anybody who wanted the Black American market or African American market at the time to come to John Johnson. He focused on building for his community and giving them what they wanted, and then everybody else had to come there. Now, let me also talk about Myron and Brandon Tatum. Again, guys like that don't own anything, all right? And Tariq Nasheed is going to prove it.
Only few people can do that and get those kind of views. That's relevancy. That's relevancy. And then I can take that same relevance offline. That's why I can put thousands of people in movie theaters around the country, sir. You can't do that, Myron. You can't get thousands of people to go to movie theaters around the country and sell out movie theaters simultaneously in different cities. You don't have that. You understand? You can't have thousands of people come out to Washington, D.C. for an event like we did last weekend. You can't do that. You don't have no clout, dude. You understand? That's why you have to pander to the alt-right. You have to pander to that dweeby, racist crowd. You got to pander to them.
See, Tariq Nasheed says, because of what I do and who I am, I can go anywhere in the country. I sell my films. I pack out shows. This is what I do, all right? Not only do I have traction online, I can take that same presence offline and monetize it with my own community. And this is what these whites don't like. Now, it's okay if Charlie Kirk can do that, all right? Charlie Kirk is praised for doing it. But if you get blacks who can do it, that's a problem. And I want to end it with this story. A few years ago, I used to own the Negro Manosphere website. And there was another Manosphere website called Return to Kings. It was owned by Rouge V. And I was sitting there complaining about the website. I was talking to Brother LAR Movement. I said, man, you know, we having issues with the site. It's not what Return to Kings is. He told me something I'll never forget.
Damn.
What's that?
He said, but it's yours. You own it. You operate it. It belongs to you. And what does that mean? Just because you're struggling with it now, it don't mean that you will always struggle with it. You see what I'm saying? It belongs to you,
Yeah.
bruh. And the same thing with the Hidden History Museum. Yes, it might not be what you guys want it to be right now, or what
Right.
Myron wanted to be right now, but if
It
it
can
keep
grow.
making money, it keep doing well,
Right, it can
it
grow.
will be. All right?
Yeah.
It will be greater than what it is. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
They want us to be loyal to the left.
Yeah.
Or
Just cause you starting today, bro, don't mean just what you see. Cause what you see today is not what you gonna see tomorrow.
loyal
Put it
to
like that.
Republicans, when blacks ought to be loyal to themselves. And this is an example of being loyal to yourself. When you spend money at the Hidden History Museum or what All Black National Convention or even with black organizations, grassroots like Urban Nerds, your money is supporting black issues. You're developing. That's what's happening. And they don't want to see that. So they want to come after you and come after your development. On one end, they're going to say that you're not developing. Then on the other end, they get mad at you for developing. Just to let you know, it's anti-black all the way. All right? I'm not saying that all whites feel like this or all blacks don't feel like this. But what I'm saying is that if you own something in your community, keep it. It's the only real way to get wealth outside of the system. So guys, what do you think?
Yeah, that nigga Myron is retarded. Yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. T.Y. P9.